Very good morning to all of you students. In our first lecture of this chapter, which is chapter 4, health and hygiene, we had studied about the conclusion of this chapter, means what is the chapter is about. Okay, so we had started our diet. What is the meaning of diet? We had studied in our first part of the chapter. Now today what we will start is the various nutrients which we include in our diet. Okay students, here you can see there are some examples of various nutrients which is present in our diet. So students, diet is basically a thing which we eat regularly. Okay, now what that diet contain, we have to study about that. So our diet contain carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, etc. Okay students, so firstly we will study about carbohydrate. Maximum portion of our diet contain carbohydrate because these are the food from which we get carbohydrate. See, here you can see bread, jam, honey. Here you can see this is, I guess, this is a flour. Okay, this is rice, this is also wheat. Okay, these are the things from where you can get carbohydrate. Okay, and carbohydrate is the major nutrient of your diet. Okay students, now we will read it out. They are the chief source of energy in our body. Basically the energy in our body is due to the carbohydrate. Okay, the source of carbohydrate are cereals. Cereals means grains, okay, such as rice, wheat, maize, tuber crops such as potato, sweet potato, sugar, etc. Okay, now deficiency of carbohydrate make us feel tired, fatigue, whereas excess of carbohydrate in our diet makes us lethargic and obese. Now what is the meaning of fatigue, tired? Means when you don't eat any carbohydrate, you feel very lazy, very tired, and when you eat excess of carbohydrate, you maybe not be able to do work with excess of that dose. Excess of carbohydrates get converted to fat and hence led to obesity. When you eat excess of carbohydrate, it's get converted into fat, and with that fat you become obese. Okay, now fat. The second major nutrient which is present in your diet is fat. These are the storehouse of energy in our body. Means the major nutrient for production of energy in our body is carbohydrate, but when there is no intake of carbohydrate, the stored food in our body is fat, which now generate energy inside our body. The source of fat are oils, ghee, butter, cream, etc. Here you can see the example of food rich in fat. Here you can see cheese, ghee, butter, cream, etc. Okay, now deficiency of fat leads to tiredness, whereas excess of fats leads to obesity, such as carbohydrate only. Okay, after that we will study protein. We also know that protein is very essential for our diet. Why students? Because these are the body building foods. Okay students, these are the body building foods, means our body is participating in growth, in development. Why our body is showing development, growth? Because of protein. The muscles, hairs, nails, enzyme in our body, all are made up of protein. The source of protein are egg white, fish, chicken, mutton, gram, legumes, pulse, cottage cheese and curd. Okay students, deficiency of protein leads to retardedness growth. Means when any person is not taking a proper amount of protein, there will be no proper growth in his body, in her body. Okay, and the muscles become weak, the skin become dry and flaky, weight loss might be registered, whereas excess of protein may damage the liver, kidney. If you take maximum amount of protein, much amount of protein, heavier amount of protein, it will also react inside your body, and it will damage your liver, kidney, etc. Symptoms like nausea, diarrhea may be seen. And what is the symptom when you are taking extra amount of protein? You can see nausea, diarrhea may be seen. After that, vitamins are also very important in your diet, because these form the health food of your body. Okay, the deficiency leads to deficiency disease. When you don't eat or you don't take any vitamins, it causes deficiency of vitamin A, leads to night blindness. There are several kinds of vitamin like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, etc. When you don't take, or when your body feel deficiency of vitamin A, what is the meaning of deficiency, students? When any amount, when any nutrient is present inside your body in very less amount, that creates the deficiency of that nutrient. Okay, the deficiency of vitamin A leads to night blindness, means you are not be able to see in night. Deficiency of vitamin C leads to scurvy. When vitamin C is not present inside your body, you may suffer from scurvy. Okay, vitamins are required in small quantity. They are not required in your body in large quantity like protein, carbs and fat. Carbs means, students, carbohydrate, but they required in small quantity and they are essential for your body. Okay, or soluble in fat. Okay, they are of two type, whether they are soluble in water or they are soluble in fat. If they are soluble in water, they may be vitamin B and C. If they are soluble in fat, they may be A, D, E or K. Vitamins are found in vegetable. Where the vitamins are found? They are found in vegetables, fruits and outermost coats of cereals, yolks and eggs, nuts. Okay, yolk of an egg and nuts. Okay, students, excess of water soluble vitamins gets excreted through urine, and if you take excess of water soluble vitamins like B and C, it will excreted out through your urine. Okay, students, excess of fat soluble vitamins may harm the organ of body since they deposit in the fatty insulation of, but if you take excess of fat soluble vitamins, then it will harm your body. Okay, students, now the last nutrient which is written in your body, in your book, is minerals. The build up certain structure in our body. Example, the mineral iron builds up hemoglobin, calcium builds our bone. See, there are certain minerals which is present inside our body and some are required to fulfill some character, like iron. You can see iron is responsible for the hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is present inside our blood. Due to the presence of hemoglobin, our blood is red in color. From where we can get our minerals? These are also required in small quantities in our body. Minerals are obtained from vegetables, cereals, potato, yolk of an egg and mutton. Okay, vegetables, cereals, potato, yolk of an egg and mutton. From there we can get minerals. Now, deficiency of minerals may result in their deficiency disease. For example, deficiencies of iron leads to anemia. When the deficiency of iron is a mineral for our body, and the deficiency of iron leads to anemia. Excess of minerals may lead to poor functioning of the respective structural elements, such as excess of calcium makes our bone brittle. For example, calcium is also a mineral, and you know that calcium is essential for our bone, and if we take excess of calcium, then because of that calcium our bones become brittle, means weak, or you can say in brittle, you can say it become very tough in the case of where our body cannot tolerate that. Okay, the deficiency of certain vitamins and minerals also affect the functioning of some enzyme, and also the function of some enzymes are get inhibited by the deficiency of vitamins and minerals. They act as helpers molecule in the functioning of enzyme. when the enzyme are being formed, and we know that enzymes are formed by the help of protein. They are the helper for them. Okay, here is the structure from where you can get minerals and vitamins. See, here are some dry fruits. Okay, here are some vegetables, here are some fruits, eggs, fish, milk. Okay students, beside the above nutrients like carbohydrate, fat, protein, minerals and vitamins, water is also essential for our diet, because you also know that, I also know that water is the essential element of our life. Okay, now the last nutrient which is important is rajas. Not minerals was last, the rajas is last, because rajas is required for the bowel movement. The undigested fibers contain cellulose content of diet from rajas. Example, skin of fruits and vegetables, outermost coat of grain. Rajas is also essential for our diet, and rajas comes from rajas. See students, the requirement of fiber inside our body is complete by our rajas. Okay, rajas is the component, or you can say nutrient, which we get from the skin of fruit, the covering of fruit or vegetables. Okay, and outermost coat of grains. So outermost coat of grains and the skin of vegetables and fruit provide us rajas, means rajas provide fibers to our body. Okay students, now students, I hope you are able to understand my lecture. If you are not able to understand it, please message me, I will again repeat that topic, and you have to read this, the effect of deficiency of a nutrient and taking it in excess. Okay, you have to read this and these two. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, table number 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. in our next lecture we will revise these 3 tables. Okay student, after that we will go further. Hope you are understanding what I am teaching to you all, and if you are not getting any point, then you can text me.